Hey there, aspiring guitarists. We're going to do part two of the EFG chord progression that I did part one on an RV trip with my wife on a 5K to Cathedral Caverns State Park. And hey, I did conquer the cave. So why am I showing that? Am I bragging? A little bit, but you can conquer your guitar journey a little bit at a time. Now, very quickly, um, that was challenging for me. I'm just about 64 years old. I'm overweight. I'm not in bad shape. I work around the property. I take care of weeds, logs, grass cutting, things like that. That's the guitar humidifier. You know I don't turn it off. Um, but my wife does this on a regular basis with her knitting club group, and I'm proud of her for it. And I got to tell you, I had to swallow my pride. She was about a basketball field length in front of me the whole time, and she would turn around and make sure I'd give her a thumbs up that I was okay, because I hadn't done this in a long time, and heck, I did. I was in basic training, special forces, and back in football days, I'd run a half marathon with the coaches. But it's been a long time since I ran a half marathon. In fact, if I'd attempted one today, you'd have to scrape me off the pavement with a front end loader. So my point is, your guitar journey can be sometimes it can be slippery, sometimes it can be hard. But I meant to finish that race, and I just went back to my old trainer and I put one foot in front of the other. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One guitar tip to the next guitar tip. One guitar tip to the next guitar tip. Frustrated? Take a break. Pick it back up. Play something familiar. Do the things you can do. So what was the purpose of the E, F, G that I showed you? Because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I don't think that was really an E chord, but the E chord, but the F and the G, I'm not so sure about that, because what did I tell you to do? E, move the next fret, second fret, F, move the fourth fret, G. But I'm only strumming the top three strings. If you want to get technical, you can always get technical. That's not my point. You can go Google chord dash identifier. And then you can go in, it'll have a fretboard chart, and you can click what strings are open, what strings are pressed. It'll truly give you the variations and kind of chords it is. But the reason that I did this, because you remember I had a previous video where we did EFG by making the E with 2, 3, and 4 instead of 1, 2, and 3, and I hit E, and then I dropped on the first fret with the bar. You had F, and then I moved 2 frets and you had G. Same thing here. E, F, G. Wait a minute, that's different. No, it's not. It's the musical alphabet. And that's the reason I did this. We moved a shape. Just a shape. All we did was take that E and we just slid it 1, F, 2, G. If you're doing a bar chord, it'd be F, G. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Go back to E. Musical alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Repeat. 6th string. The E string. E. If I press this first fret, that is an F. It's not an F sharp. There is no E sharp. It's not an E sharp because there is no E sharp. E to F is a natural half step. So we have E by strumming it open. Then we have F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B on the 7th. Is there a B sharp on the 8th? No. B to C is the next natural half step. There's E to F, B to C. C. So all I did was, since I had my E up here that I showed you, natural half step, F on the 2nd, slid 2 to the 4th, G. Now, I don't know, I told you if you'll strum it a few times, it was Jim Stafford. I think he used to do, we think of him, he did hilarious songs. He was a great guitarist. I don't like spiders and snakes, but he used to do a skit, and he'd show you how to make an E chord. And he would say, put the first finger on this and that, and then he'd turn around. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. And he would do a hilarious skit about just making that E that we just made, and then moving there and moving there, and you would get that. And then he laughed and he goes, and you can play that in front of people and they'll think you know how to play the guitar. But the trick is you got to run away after before they ask you to play another song. E, F, F sharp, G. We're not doing anything. I wanted you to learn that when we move shapes around, they follow the musical alphabet. That's why it's so important. Den Lopez, Learning Guitar Secrets, had a Facebook video this morning where he did the A minor pentatonic. The A note is up here on the 5th fret, 6th string. That's A. And he just went through that A minor pentatonic, walked it back. But what he showed you, and I've done this in a previous video, Den does a great job at driving something home. So instead of starting here on the A, you can see the 5th fret. Let me move it out of the way. There. See, that's an A. See it? So what he did, he just showed you, just move the scale back to the 3rd fret, and that's a G. Play the same darn scale there. Now it's a G minor pentatonic. 5th, it's an A minor pentatonic. If you moved it to the 7th, it'd be a B minor pentatonic. Move it to the 8th, it'd be a C minor pentatonic. We're trying to get you familiar with learning that musical alphabet allows you to move things up and down the fretboard to get different chords at different octaves, different sounds, different tones, different phrasings, things of that nature. It really is important, the musical alphabet. So, think as you do this E, F, G, and maybe you will make the bar chord. You can go back and look at my other video. I'll probably put it at the end. That way you can relate to it. But D, drop the bar, F, F sharp, G. That's all we're trying to do. That's the reason I wanted to do E, F, G. And so I encourage you to look at Ricky Kaminsky. I've told you he is a great guitar teacher, but I encourage you to go, if you go to his channel, look at his playlist. Things build upon each other. So I hope your guitar journey is wonderful, and most of all, happy picking. And I mean it.